This and every Tuesday on Ocean One TV.
My dream Nsem, redefining mental health in Ghana and beyond.
Hello, Yamuana kwa bazir ba my dream Nsem jumezi. Now every Tuesday from 6 to 7, yeba ne anyuwa bechiche mental health issues. Now we talk about only mental health issues. Now yakada mental health also okapu the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you behave. Now them show you do yama yata asede. Onya abosebiu abodam yerebanko team. Now mental health issues no owomu ahuru pinyan. Na nkofu pinyan wo a woyere a wonyim de demazi a worfami or a mental health issue a wohia odo woko ayesabia no woman wakaji some form of treatment. Now in this show no, I think over the past shows we talk about all kinds of mental health problems. Now in there we are going to start a certain discussion about mental health in the elderly in Penyinfa. Mental health issues near Kanu Nsem Pinyan was show. And it's a rich hena, fre, near share fre, dofubina on share, Major Nsem Jumezi. Now, Emi Amizi Jumezi Chame, many Minyankuyezi Jumezi, or from Dr. Isaac Manata. Now, all the time, Nenye, Miss Adita Padi, honestly, a mental health professional. Anita, you're welcome. And how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. But fine,
there's a lot of things, right? That in the Jumezi, you talk about dementia. You can dementia or your mental health. Your baby, we find dementia, and normally it's in the old age. It was area penino in area fraba. Now no one sem yerbaka enyumiri. Now generally no. Penyufo, when I worry penyino, they have issues. Physically, they have problems. Socially, they have problems. And mentally, so they have problems with older people. Now, normally, you share the mass semnienka. Eyazo your penyinity no be evident. But bibiara or penyin yemuno. Also, no treatment to her. To them, for example, be hypertension and diabetes or hospital washing. In the same way. In Peniya Yerebaso, often I dream Nsem no so. Ono so ode ye hwe no asem ne ka. E wa apomuzimbia. Na in there yereshe dementia. But to start with, what are some of the challenges with old age? Say about mental health issues. What are some of the challenges even old age?
Me for any more sharing. Generally, like you said, no. Yes, you be near no ya bofa. Enti say a share obia oni energy na nanko. De bia ode ye niema. Utumi ko adwuma, utumi ye niema ma ono ane ho. But it gets to a point oni no. Na sa niema no utumi ye ma ne ho ni na no. Esote. Enti esote na ontumi nye ma ne ho se ne esese enko utumi ye na no patch say there should be a second person or a third party basic things and kanino to me man who says on to me as so ordinary to nipaneso. But say yes one a more bottle. Yeah. So because any canina in Sionampa me to me sorry eco fancy. But now I can't. If you are my movement I a challenge and a baby. Into so being a boame. So far as Obina Airboame, Nipa no beboame at onono pace, time onono peno, and obey. And sometimes attitude cry Nipa nibe dead the actual as an ania openo, wayama ono. A day a wheel any at it say about so.
So many of them even get depressed.
Yeah.
And they feel they even want to die.
Exactly. Again, like you are saying, omo boto. Ade anka me to me say me to me nebi. E dey areho ene adwendwen bebre eba omo so. It is sometimes it is not the old age that may send them to their early graves, but
and no matter what their care near them.
How they feel. Because certain biano, you are not feeling better, you are not feeling fine. Care is there, but not as you want it. Emma oboto, Emma oha high. Na in baby so we do that time now. Omo ha drink akra. Sani ye beka no so omo ha drink akra because se ope bibia na se oka asema oka ne ya out of pain or no feeling. Now a transfer amount. Into yes, also you may try to ignore them. And it may bring a lot of issues. Into generally old age there, it comes with a lot of distress. Any anxieties. Just say you would want to go before your time.
But what we are saying, it's important because everybody will grow. But in the growth process, and the things maybe when you're younger you do to yourself, mental health issues, the way you see things, your thinking and everything, does it affect your old age? Like, and no matter how you are living your life, does it add up to affect your old age?
Yeah. Say when we are growing, activity, a boy. Into as you are growing now, it helps you, and once you are active, your brain is also active. It is functioning well. But this is the case as you age. Now holding sorting, the functioning of the brain also decreases, and it's just like senia that is how the brain also works. You see, so as you are aging, that part. So some parts, they are getting tired. It's shrinking.
Yeah, and everything that everybody is doing to themselves whilst they are younger, it is adding up to determine their health when they grow up.
Exactly.
Sometimes you're doing say, we a penny, like you have to age gracefully. Once we should be already 70 and 80. You see them, and some of them are healthier than others, and some too are really down. Is it because of how they lived their lives while they were younger? That is affecting them now.
Apart from typical health, medical conditions, IBMOB are aging them. Let's take alcohol for instance. Alcohol. You think that you are taking it for fun, like but you don't know that you are gradually piling something up.
Yeah, you are damaging things small. It will come back.
Then after we harvest it.
The fruit, it's like you are reaping what you've sown.
Exactly. Stems back from your past. From your past into what you gathered
Yeah.
On some occasions you get people being older than their age or than their peers out of some biological or medical issues. And no bankani papa mu say ye keep a good or healthy lifestyle. Your journey, exercises, sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. If we are really taking care of ourselves, so that we age gracefully.
Yeah. And obi edi na babu sisian, it will affect the person later on. Even mentally, the way people approach life. Now, adwendwen about life, what they pursue in life, goals, aspirations, it affects their later age. Yeah. For example, they couldn't do anything proper with their lives. It affects their old age.
Definitely. We may not want to be too theoretical, but there's this theory, Erickson's social theory, that onipe biano, as we grow, the developmental stages we pass through, and it gets to a point now your midlife crisis, that's from 40 years. Now you can say life begins at 40, life begins at by 40 no. Age BS is how far you have come.
Yeah.
And the vision ahead. How far have you lived life?
And how far can you go?
Into at that point, say, oh, you're lucky. Now when you bound, so now who say, share that near BBI, then you can get the energy to do it. When you're bound, so now go so ball brass and your baby, you still live. Now it gets to a point.
When I'm 60, then
60, then you realize that never will be over and commit to me. I couldn't do it.
If you messed up, so it will dawn on you. It comes
back up to you. Oh, it's I had to say, oh, the ball above by him. Then you realize that, oh, I have not lived life well. Now you start regretting.
Many of them go into depression because of that.
Yes, so there is this final stage, I can say, integrity versus despair. If you lived your life well, you have that, and you know, people respect
you become happier with your life.
But if you didn't live it well, and also you regret and so sometimes I say that you see your different meanings when this obituary thing they've been writing. You see, you can see some people and they are what their life connotes, a life well lived. But to me, say Nipane Bobra, everybody attests to the fact that
with your Bobra, at long last. At long last,
depending on how people were able
to live their lives,
impact, take something from you, how you were able to impact people's life, and that is how socially we live our lives. It is not like but because we are growing, we are coming from somewhere and want to get to somewhere. And we don't want to get to somewhere in regrets or in tears or in whatever the emotions will be. But we want to get somewhere
where you are happy and some people when they are dying crying, family members are around them, they are happy, Charlie Mabobra. And another assessment to me say sometimes in penny phone, you think that there's life. Maybe you are younger, so you think you can beat your wife, you can mess up. You can do whatever you want to do, cheat, your friends say at work, politics, you can chop money and do all kinds of things. But once you are growing up, all these things are affecting your growth. And around that age, after 69, another assessment that older people will do is that they will look at Omo Abrabo and look at eternal judgment. And if Omu say no, Abrabo mo boy Omu baby papa bi and said that new Omo, then they also go into some form of depression. And you slow all the time. You don't want to die.
Earthwise, there are some people they become bedridden. Omun to me nante omo camping. And now omo kefi. There are so many issues. So no matter what, you get somebody to come live with you or someone hombre. Obi cry but someone normally people getting people to come
somebody
outside to come and live with you because nobody gets that time to go and look for onipana or babetina so it's not for us alone. We should, if we are lucky and we are really thinking, we should know that it is impacting others. We may think we don't benefit from them. But a day comes, we are lucky now, a day comes where even if you are not bedridden, people may not point fingers at you to say, oh, Sama me, oh, Papa way. No. But people will meet you and go like, oh, hey, Papa way. No, your mommy. We should have that in mind.
So I'm going to cry.
And look at the on poison but jano be jawa to one and go abema wuntem essence and the poison we drain now
yeah. And one of the health issues are affecting old age. You see, omoye penino no more than in kola. You know, one of those health issues is dementia, right? Dementia is a mental health issue. It's affecting many, adults. Now, you can't dementia cry. Anything. What is dementia?
You see, dementia, a word thinking. Dementia has to do with the mind. Into a case D, I just as what. Into the way your mind functions as what. Into what we have to get is, as we are aging, your physical one. Say, even you lose weight.
No, wrinkly near
the naba. Near air cost walk on them inside the same thing goes on by you into the same way air cost walk inside it goes into the brain too. And because the brain is an organ and also shrinking. And the more it shrinks, it means that a juma nanka kanene into me not
changes need damage be a cause of brain mono. Yeah.
It's like the cells, the human cells. Ebiwu nebini. The rate at which a usano when you are aging it doesn't come like that.
Yeah.
And some don't even grow.
Yeah.
And see, with the billions of cells we have, as you are losing some in the old age, some don't come up again. And that is how the body works and the brain works. And to say physical symptoms now, we should know that in the brain, yes, some is also going on. And even with our organs, muscles and other things, we see all of them. You get it? And see,
so your heart is aging, your liver is aging, your
kidneys are aging,
your eyes are aging,
everything is aging.
Your brain is also aging, and it affects the brain aging and also damage the brain there. No, it affects how it functions.
Yes, it's say no, what dream, it's altered, affected. Into me, funny say if you
that is your cognitive functions, right?
Yes. If you used to be very sharp. Now
the way they think it comes down.
Above them, papa, and these are things that are very recurrent, and they are amongst people who are like 65 years.
Yeah, to dementia started after 65.
After
usually.
65. And apart from ebiomunya issues, accidents or something.
They can start
and
earlier.
Now they have such symptoms. It can be before age 65, but from age 65 you get to know that now nipa no oka asema on shedante
tiase
on tiase or kasa cry even with language.
Yeah, language is gone. Finding words cry is difficult.
Interact so oka asem no as any refi bi as en komono nam
na atia for bi cry
bi niade. You can see that there are those changes. Almost to me their daily functioning, as in Ankadia among to me jari.
It's difficult.
Say no more to me. And even if they can do it, there should be a third party. As a so be or show mo. And obe monitor. Send your name echo. Because one take care or class or kujari over no dafem.
Yeah.
What and also ever cover another issue.
And the rate difficult so kujari.
Then also be before. So with the basic things that they were able to do for themselves in their home, now it becomes a challenge. To me so we're talking about the cognitive ability, that is
and
the
a judgment and so sika to me kind decisions be so make you cry, they can't make that decision.
So anything that has to do with the mind at work you don't totally lose it, but then no. And sheda now cry, it becomes difficult because who can A no nambi. And sometimes you know one thing they do. Ube to me mom medjane this is here on Benya Vista. Bombe catch any pan say community. There 3 days community. And you know it's because they don't remember.
Yeah.
they don't remember say.
And I dream crying to me pick
say yes. Yeah. So Sanema Nina Fie Uti and our shay. Nemani na nema omoya it signifies that there is a shrink in the brain and that
there's some damage too.
Yes, a shrink and a damage to the brain. And to me momo nye senyanka kanena no more. And
sometimes you know is so much down. You know sometimes relatives think their way they were shed but they have a problem. They just can't think well. Judgment is gone. They can't decide or the key to and in some intem and even their interaction, social interaction are daily na so and sometimes I do so way there or your way na swording and I say we some people don't know that it's an illness. Yes.
If people will perceive such a behavior as intentional,
yeah. Before.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there are some people who would typically act in a certain way because they want to shrek some responsibilities and some person may. But that notwithstanding, necessarily who say it's part of aging, and it is part of a nema can say unhealthy aging. Because in Kaushema by 65, if you were really taking care of yourself well, by 65. At least the symptoms may be there, but may not be there too much. And be brave. But there are some people at 65, even it's gone, language is even gone. Kasa no cry ding.
Speech is a problem.
And you have to say it repetitively so that they hear and I say they comprehend. And there are some like I say in social interaction, obi beba ho onini bedi nkomo. And
it's difficult. On to me nkomo.
And the person leaves and it's like nobody even came.
And sometimes for them, they may even forget their children. And they can't even recognize their children's faces.
Yeah.
Sometimes visitors omunyo adam for they can't even and sometimes when you're more kasa, they may even forget you are talking to them. They shift in between conversations and stuff. And one major thing too about them with dementia is the personality change. Be first, you know, or your boko, see that's and that's you know, some of them another thing to us to do is some of them become paranoid. You know, sometimes they will think that will be you know, people are chasing them or worrying them or that kind of thing.
They hallucinate like obi eni okra muso obi wo anomo te say obi. I remember my grandmother wo honoma no afini dem no abefro ade also what wo radio so say kabi meanwhile everything is off.
There's no radio.
She knew odane dem honoma oh she say one say nko for we obe fabricate bibi no abeka say o maka wo radio so and who challenging me because I say what you were not there or no say what Obeba no not the glass a CC table neso no akacho se fakon room adeya the now for be besra no momo ensuo ni
madam phobia kwa so mba
obi so be no obi so be ba akoto malt you know she was doing a lot of things initially now we didn't understand.
You understand yeah
because obe to me she shed bold to send me a vista biba on no manage and and you are just wondering say what is happening until we realized that oh okay so she was getting demented. She was getting and that one was even later I think in her 80s.
So that time now when your mental health went that when
around her 80s then I realized that oh just say Adreno. It's also aging and baby Eduno. Now they are in their own world.
Yeah, that's the way. They are in their own world. They do what they want, what they think is right, and they forget almost everything. They can't remember people's names. They can't remember. Oh man, they are here. Also, in Japan, if there's a caregiver, if they are phobia, say on mami. That's a over funeral will be beside my miss with dinner. I'm sure the other person.
But you know that there are things that we have to realize because I remember there were times obet me akojina mirror nenim. Dressing mirror. Ohu no ani hu. But she felt there was another person there. Into only bonkomo.
And they can talk without anybody around.
Like I'm saying, it's a visual hallucination. So they feel that there is somebody there. And you know these things, you know, most of the times it's Sisana. We either think they are witches or they are going mad or they are doing something. But it is a sign that they are aging and things are not the same as it is. That is not to rule out the fact that they may be witches. Well, that is your own belief. But then no, we want to establish the fact that as we age, it comes with aging. Yeah. And some are should I say, they are unfortunate. They are unfortunate situations. They say it becomes difficult, especially in everybody is busy going out to do certain things and stuff. And getting somebody to be with your parents or your grandparents obebano odi way to how abefa, and it's like they are causing a mess every now and then. Oh, na ye trimamenchi kasemu nantiemu niema bebre no.
But you know, outside the country they have these old age homes. You know, they have homes over corner they be to say hospital, and I say home I say a children's home visa. It's only aged people who are there and people take care of them and they give them their medications and all that. But in addition to that, let's just talk about what are the causes. But as somebody here came, so if you have any experience or any comment or any question, now open the phone lines are open. You can call 0543 291074. 0543 291074. You can ask any question and we are going to answer. Now, yes, you got dementia, and then you got dementia. Dementia, no, old age problems, mental health problems in the elderly, and it starts after 65 years. Cognitive function, they have a social interaction is gone. Then memory is also gone, and they behave like children, and they seem not to even socialize well or interact well. They may forget your names and behave all kinds of ways that you know that no, there is something going on. It's a brain problem. And normally we said there's some shrink in the brain or some damage to some part of the brain. There are all kinds of change that goes on in the brain, and it happens. And it doesn't happen to everybody, but it happens to a lot of old people. And no one said if you want to ask that question, please ask the question bothering you, and we are going to answer. 0543 291074. Okay. What are the causes? Like what causes dementia? What are the risk factors for dementia? We've talked about the fact that there's some brain damage, brain will shrink and all that. But what are some of the things people are doing now? It may result in dementia.
Number one, substance abuse.
Okay, substance abuse, any alcohol, any substance abuse, right?
Anything that is a threat, alcohol, marijuana,
and all those things.
All those things, or more group of things.
They can affect. And if you want to perform, very soon you are going to have dementia. It's one of the risk factors. And smoking, right? Cigarette smoking and all that.
In that class.
Those two, alcohol and smoking, you know, they do a lot of damage.
But we don't care.
Now people don't care.
And see, we, you know, consider the adverts. Alcohol adverts. Until recently, I passes a law and say
after 8, you know.
And after 8, you can.
And 8 o'clock, yeah.
And sometimes they feel that you go, but we also have to be careful about our health. We have to cherish our health, because if you come to learn the effect of alcohol on the brain, there are a lot of things you will not do.
Yeah.
And there are some people who have now developed seizures, epilepsy, as a result of alcohol. Yeah, Obi 50, but 70. And these are all things that are affecting us. But because if a long-term something,
Yeah.
But see, you say one thought beyond a shrink brain by one thought. It's only one thought, but no kind one thought. I would shrink brain. And if we are seeing the brain, a shrink as a neighbor, I think maybe we will stop.
Yeah, we'll
maybe
stop.
One of these days, alcohol. Like
alcohol damages everything in the body. And another thing you say, if your family is in your family, papa and now mommy, it's likely that you also have a higher risk that you have dementia. Then we talk about obesity.
Yeah, nutritional deficiency.
Yes, in obesity. You know, in Africa, when you are fat, let me use the word fat, right? When you are fat, people think that who can show you, but yare.
No, I think gradually
it's changing, right?
Now we are more into exercises.
So those who are obese, they are the higher risk, and all those with
those
all
who are not
those,
eating well.
Yes, all the vitamins and stuff is not really there. B12 and all that, it affects them, right? And
anything that you do that affects the brain, the functioning of the brain, you have to know that they are all piling it up for a later day. So if you are not eating well and you feel that minya drink binum namiko, and like you are saying, the lack in vitamins and all those nutritional benefits are if you are shaking all of them, if you are not taking them into consideration, then it means that gradually also will pile it up. You are really there, I'm a brain now. It will come back to you.
Yeah.
Another thing too has to do with head injury.
Yeah.
You see,
those who maybe have some accident or some sort, now it's affected the brain.
Accidents,
yeah.
A fatal, and I had a hospital.
Yeah.
And I say near a day I am share by a penny to one. Sometimes a fall or be to me at the boho. But because we are console,
but one fan is serious.
And see. Recently I had me name shobi nipa no kasa no say first no ye calm or ye say or ye gentle, she say why aggressive, the least thing nani buefu na like okika intimate wo last minute fena so obey 10 years ago of your banso so be hwefe na niti onye twa nti omode course to omkopam keke eno san by hwe anye no.
And that is when the thing began.
10 years ago hwe anye no nti afa na niam na I started. So you see 10 years ago I did see which they felt that hwe anye no also hwe anye no nti omotutu niti no ofia is like home management and now the symptoms have started. And that is how it is. So imagine that 10 years ago, she has no call for proper care management.
Yeah, it would
have been better. When we fall, moto or bofem. I think I had a patient like that. Moto or bofem when proud into sorry no prapra no. Baniti boho. And these are things we are not really taking. We are not taking time to look at them. It's near maybe. If you say, oh, we're pressure and then into you're fine. So
far as there's no cut and there's no blood, it's
oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm saying, accident until it is fatal. Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Accident, they're both now to me, sorry. Oh, you're okay now.
So all those brain damage can affect, you know. And another thing too is with all those with hypertension or diabetes or any heart condition, right? Because there are changes that goes on in the brain relating to those things, they can also end in dementia. And if you are listening to it, you are hypertensive, you are diabetic, your control is very bad, or cholesterol levels need to happen. It can affect your brain. All those minor changes, you know, blood is not going properly to the brain, fat not that brain, those small damage and changes that happens in the brain, it predisposes you to developing dementia. Then also another area too has to do with we've talked about obesity and all that, right?
Genetics.
Yes. And if it's in your family, it's likely you are going to develop dementia, right? But
you see, that is not to scare, especially with the hypertension and diabetes. It is not to scare you. Say once you have hypertension or diabetes, it means you'll be demented. No. But the issue is, whatever is going on with us, you who say any pedriani na.
Yeah. It's not just the BP.
Hypertension,
it's affecting everywhere. The brain, the eye, the heart.
Of the brain, every part of the body is being affected. In Tina, we always say that manage it and manage it well. Yeah. Because
and there are some people they don't take their drugs so, and they don't even go for reviews when they have hypertension, diabetes. Bare 1 month, 2 months in on-call hospital that doctor says
so they
and
just
some people don't take it. Yeah.
But let us remember that any drone pay because you may be taking the medication and you are still not controlling your BP.
Yeah.
There are other things you will have to do.
Yeah.
Your eating, your social life,
managing your stresses,
na kaun ye di bebom na ma wetumi ati upon tema na like you
managing
yeah it is say wo ye now feel say oh mama fe drone me fine mama fe drone you should know that it will even get to a point that you also realize that now the body will build the tolerance and it is not working as it is supposed to work. And that one too also comes with another set of problems. I know so baby before Frama. We are not saying that if you have this is what you are going to have.
But if you don't
manage it well, then it means that because if you have it, you are at a higher risk of getting it. So
and it is serious because you know some people have hypertension, they have diabetes or something, and they smoke and drink in addition.
Oh, come on, yes, people tell you that whether they manage it or they don't manage it, obiabewu. But I always say that ubewu honorably.
I shall bet brands away.
Into obia we need you obiabewu. But ansana obewu ni obe fema ansana wewu no. Let it be honorable because if you time be obiabewu no wa woda okra na upewu no ba no wo nemba.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also can't kill yourself. You also can't kill yourself. Now, so dementia is sad, and if someone has dementia, right, what should they do? What should they do? Because there are a lot of elderly people who have dementia, but you find the say, oh, we they paying for your right? What should they do? Is there some management? Is that a health problem? They need professional attention, or they can just be home and just be fine?
No. Oh, dementia, like we have said from beginning, there are a lot of things that have gone on in our reduced stage. One, seek professional help.
Yeah.
Because whatever you can do for your relative, you may not be in the position of knowing. But by seeking help, you will get to know. You will get to understand the condition. It's when you seek help, when you understand the condition. If you understand the condition, then you can take steps of managing it. Because emergency will show be. You know, some people wake up, especially with those glaucoma issues, and one day they slept, they woke up and they were blind. So it's like that. What sorry. I feel they will say a bonkoma won't I say. You know, it's some way. And if it is in an area, won't I say, it is good you seek the help. Go to the hospital.
So there are professionals to attend to, right? Yes. Like which kind of professionals?
Medical
doctors,
psychiatrists,
psychologists who are there.
So you go,
even social workers are there.
You go let them explain Momon church or condition. Now what do you have to do? One, care. Because if it is your relative, you are living with this person who has who is undergoing a sudden change or change in a gradual and not to say I will do a gradual change. So this is what I have come to know about the condition. How can I help? Nipa no nanka dawo to me jare. Say you to me jare bi. Does it mean that sorry so ko jare I will have to escort the person? Then you do that. It means that wo onipa na will provide the care in the car. You're also going to be affected because niema nanka to me nipa nanka sa to me and now so to me out there. Now it's like you have a double chop. Oh yeah, hanawa sa yeah. And see if you don't understand, not yet you have to provide care. Your distress becomes more because what should you do for the person? And it's all bueno. When it comes to language, most of the times you have to be interactive, because so be Lucy, let me say, in the mind, and that sharp ability of the brain. Now it deteriorates faster.
Yeah, it becomes worse.
If it is me, nothing. Oh ma, I'll come and chat, especially when there are children around. Most of the times, get the children to be interactive with the elderly person.
Yeah, it helps them improve brain function,
so that they can be active. Now, your job
isolation makes it worse.
It worse.
See, it works.
And that is what will bring about the depression and the anxiety and the rest, because it's also a human being. And so far as the person is not dead, it's not like the person doesn't think and I say, something also goes on. Just that the person is not as active as he or she used to be. Like I'm saying, if in Kuala or let them be there, play. You see, now we are not doing more of our traditional.
First, families sit down with the elderly, they will tell stories and all that. Maybe I am a share. No. Because family will be anywhere. Me now person on me doing come over 2 hours, 3 hours. Me to me now. Or to make stories.
And you know the stories are sometimes real life happenings, how they feel, and they have put it in a story form. And no money will share. So at the end of listening to them, you get a picture of how they feel when everybody is not around. Sometimes too is about or improves
the brain
cognitive function. Now, how many homes now?
Draft.
But a idea a boy in calculation. Anke sabo Frebia winning who person who soon counting this animal. Or it's good. As I say, this countess thing that we used to do.
Yeah, countess.
Straw, your chichama now they are grown. They are all fading out. But in ka onipan we do that age now.
We need to engage in those games now. It helps improve life.
And nobody who say, oh, me the way better. If the person is even not thinking well, the person is being active.
Yeah, it's stimulated to help.
Activity, no, and a boy. But once we leave the person and the person is just there and they forget it.
And some people, what they will do is to maybe open a shop or something for the grandmom to be there. Is that also good? Because on your clients back and go for better they only discuss changing of money and all that. Does it help?
Say and do worse form, a moderate or severe form. Now financial is better.
So that one can help prevent. Or delay rather than treat.
Treat dear and then na nipa na mu na eko ubeba na unsese no no de ama.
Or did have crabeche.
Exactly. And that's a nipa no be can so one mama sister, oh mama ebe wi achi no. Oma kwentokwa.
But when they are growing, we need to help them stay active.
Something that they do with their
helps them.
As I said, we have to engage them. It's when people are aging, they really attend social functions.
Yeah, the funerals and the weddings and the naming ceremony, it keeps them active.
And only their source of a year, especially work or retirement, and you have nothing really to engage in. Retirement, or you see, they have to do something.
It keeps their mind active.
And Nobel said that the person doesn't fall into that dementia pit. And that is what most of the time we call healthy aging. When all these dementia things are not there, they are not part of the aging. And the person still functions. Because at 20 years, the level at which you were active when you were 5 years is not the same as you are 20 years.
Yeah.
We may not see it till we have grown, we have aged, and I said till but as we grow every day, so to prevent the parents or the grandparents from going to that state, then we have to engage them in those things. Sometimes it's even better when at that time music school and
Yeah, engage them in some social
some
activities or some skills training, and it helps them.
Exactly. So that the activity must be there.
Yeah. And like I said, outside the country with aged home and stuff, they engage them in all kinds of activities to help them. Now, in management, you know, we've said that when you want to help someone with dementia, you need professional help. It's like someone has hypertension or diabetes or malaria or something, right? Theirs is also dementia. Brain function is gone down, memory and everything is gone down. So they need professional help. There are psychologists, there are counselors, there are psychiatrists, there are medical doctors and stuff. And those people, we give them medication. There are medications we give to help them, you know, improve on their function and all that. If they have some depression or anxiety or something, there are all kinds of medications for that. Then in addition to that, you know, there are certain self-help skills, right? For example, in your home, we need to teach them. You have to do an itemized list of the things they need. Food, water, this, that, so that when they need anything, they can just point at what they need, right? And also, if they will forget things near Diana, you need to have a journal or all those things.
And before they get to that stage, you know, most of the times, we'll start to realize that memory is going down, and I said there's a problem with memory. Like you're saying, you know, as a timetable kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that now in chatting with a person, in a day, no, or in a week, no, you know that this is the person's routine activity. This is what the person does every day and every time.
So you list them down and you help them, you know, identify and check.
Let the person write.
Yeah, so that the
and I say go back to the book and go and refer. And these are things that we do to improve memory.
Yeah, their memory. The checklist and journals and the rest.
Most of the times, get cues. And I say, those abbreviations, the mnemonics thing we do. Those times, near my
to remember.
What? Saturn, Mars. We used to say some sentence so that it will connote near what person.
Yeah, so that you don't forget.
Because we may not be able to be with them 24/7, but at least we shouldn't also let them feel so left alone, and also be anywhere or to do anything.
Yeah. So there's a medical management, there's some psychological management, and some psychotherapists there to help. And as self-help skills, there are things that we can teach the family members to engage the person in with his daily functioning and memory and all that. And all these things, you need professional help. You know, for mental health issues, sometimes we think that it's just nothing. But there's a woman an older elderly person, maybe or say winimobia or elderly or dementia, like we've said, right? Don't let the person stay home. Let the person come, because there are many of them in Kamuba Hospital, you know, to request to see a doctor or a psychologist or psychiatrist. We can help improve on their function. You know, I know a certain elderly woman, a 90-something, you know, she had dementia, but now, you know, she is able to converse well. You know, memory is better, the social interaction is better because they sought some form of professional help for that person. And don't neglect or ignore the person thinking that the person will be fine. No, they will not be fine. They need some professional help. Their diet. You know, sometimes in older people, we don't feed them well.
Yeah.
But their diet, good diet will help improve function.
You see, we don't get the time to feed them.
Yeah.
See the number of hours or minutes you spend feeding a child. And it's the same way you have to spend feeding
an elderly person.
And once we think that when you, as I say to me, yes, to me, but if we come to understand that when you, but to say the organs need now function to say abofra, then we can, you sit down, you see those times.
And you can't say a comedy, no. You would have to feed them.
So depending on how treatment and care is. And every man when we saw but the issue is now a journey media. Until be there mano as normal. Let us all eat. Enya own to me join in my India. You are there and you are like a supervisor. Or sometimes Ukraine betete ashenano. And you have to get that patience. Or
to feed them.
It's not easy. It is not easy. Unless of course you don't want to do it and you are forced to do it. But if it is something you want to do or you have accepted to do it, then we have to do it and do it well.
And in addition to that, we need to be able to take good care of elderly people.
Fruits.
Yes, fruits and veggies and all that. It helps them.
Like their mom,
and they have to even see a nutritionist, a nutritionist to be able to help with the diet of the elderly person. What you need to realize is that you're also growing old, and one day someone may have to take care of you. Yours may even be worse. So all elderly people have their problems. They have their own challenges and all that. And being an older person is not easy, and they need a certain care. So if you're watching us and your grandparents, or dementia, and you come to an Amonco hospital, now you share one memory, all those things. Now, if you smoke and you drink, you have to quit it, because that won't help you. Later on, it's going to damage many things in your body, and it's going to affect you. If you are finding it difficult to stop, seek help. Because it's a mental addictions to alcohol and substance and all that. It's a mental health issue, and you need a certain level of support from a professional to be able to help you. So in today's, and if you have hypertension or diabetes, please get to the hospital, right? There are some people, they come to hospital, and they will be there before you realize there's some stroke of a sort, and BP is always in the skies, and sugar, is always high. All these things is damaging the brain and it's affecting the brain. Very soon, you realize that you can't take care of yourself and someone has to take care of you. We talk about mental health issues, and today we've talked about dementia. Dementia is part of mental health issues, and it affects many elderly people. And we've talked about all kinds of risk factors. And we hope that you've learned something from this program. And we are hoping that every Tuesday from 6 to 7, you come and also you watch us. Invite a friend. And if you want to get in touch with us after this show, you can call 0249 802 500. 0249 802 500. And then Yaka about dementia. We are hoping to see you again next week. My name is Dr. Isaac Numanatha. I'm a medical doctor and clinical health psychologist. And then my name is Ms. Anita Paddy, as always. And she's also a clinical health psychologist. And we talk about mental health issues because we want people to be mentally healthy. Thank you for watching us. And we hope that you are going to join us again next week. Hello. My name is Dr. Isaac Numanatha. Do you know what mental health is? Meet us on Nsem this and every Tuesday on Ocean 1 TV.
Nsem, redefining mental health in Ghana and beyond.